How fun are interactive cards? Hi everyone, I'm Steph from Chaos in the Craft Room, and today I'll be creating an easy interactive card featuring one of Kendra's Card Challenge 11's super sponsors, Colorado Craft Company, and their stamp set. Now, if you haven't seen the other members of the design team use this stamp set, I highly recommend you check them out as well. And I'm definitely a cat person and love cooking. So, understandably, I just love this stamp set. It's so cute. For my inspiration for my card today, I'll be using sketch number 7. However, I'll be flipping the design on the card. To participate in this video hop and win a free digital download, check out the other videos part of this video hop and fill in the entry form that's required. And the full details are in my description box below. So check that out if you're interested. But now let's get started on the card. So you can see I've stamped the first image on a bit of an angle on the corner, the bottom left corner of my plain cardstock. And this is measured out to the base cardstock of 5.5 inch by 4.25 inch plain paper. And then I've also stamped one of the cute pancakes and fussy cut it out to then use for my interactive part of the card. And I've also just got a piece of pattern paper there that I'll be using as well. Now you can see the design here is the opposite as what is on Kendra's card layout, and that's completely fine. I highly recommend mixing it up and make it work for your stamps and what type of card you want to create. Now, I have to admit, I'm not someone who likes measuring too much. So today we're just going to do it all freehand so I can show you just how quick it is to create this card. So all I'm doing is lining up exactly where I want this little pancake to sit, and it's going to sit on the corner edge of this little flip that we're going to do on the card. Now, where I've drawn the line, that's the exact location that we will need to sit on the card. So I need to extend that one edge so that I can actually use some of that paper to adhere it onto the base card. So then I can do a score mark where the first line is that I drawn, and I'll cut it where the second line is that I drew there. That's further out. So I've got this little flap that can be glued down. And then I've just trimmed that down to the larger size that I've drawn out with my grey lead. And then I've also cut out the same size but a little bit bigger in black cardstock. And that was also just by hand, just tracing that onto some black cardstock to get a rough idea of the shape. Now, because the very top will be hidden, it doesn't matter how much black I have up the top, as long as the other three sides have an even amount of black, as that's the part that you will see on the card. So that looks good to me, so I'm just going to glue that down. The line is, because I was a little nervous to cover that up, but you'll see later on that it really doesn't matter. Just glue that whole panel down, making sure that the black on each of the 3 edges that will be visible on the card are even. And then I'm pulling out the card and lining up exactly where it will sit on the card. So first I line it up in the top right corner, but remember we need to create the flap. So now push that up to the exact spot of where you want it to sit. So I've got my little pancake there and I'm testing out exactly how high up I want it to be. And I've decided that's where it is. So I flip this over and draw another grey lead line. And this is why it doesn't matter that we couldn't see the original. That was just a guide. And now this line is the line that we'll be scoring. Now, if you don't have a scorer, just use a ruler and gently push the paper up against the edge of the ruler. Now I can see where that score mark is, and then just gently fold it over. So now I've got my fold. There's 2 ways you can glue this down onto your card, depending on your preference. So the first way is gluing the section down on the card and just trim that little edge piece off there that's sticking out, but then you will see that black strip when the person flips it up on the card. The second option is to tuck it behind the card. So that just means behind the base card. If you're going to stick this down on another card panel, it will hide it. And then here you won't have that extra strip up the top. And then because I was a bit nervous to glue that initial extra bit down, I'm just gluing that together first. But if you've glued the whole panel on, then you won't need to do this step. And then putting a bit of extra glue on the bit that's the flap, because I'm going to glue mine on the very back of the card. And then flipping it over before the glue has dried, and just make sure that edge is nice and smooth and flush on the edge, which it is. That's great. And now I just want to apply a bit of pressure for that to really adhere well. Or the other trick I have is just put it aside with some pegs in place. That will make sure glue down nice and firmly as well. So now for the finishing touches, I'm just going to use this sentiment because in Australia it's Father's Day in September, so with special love to Dad is perfect. And I've coloured in my image. Now here I wanted to make sure it looks like, Dad's got a bit messy when making the pancakes with a bit of batter everywhere. So got to have a bit of fun with the colouring in. And then coloured in my pancake there. Now I've cut out 2 of these pancakes to make sure I can stick one on top of the flap and one underneath the flap. So that way when you open the flap, you can't see the little point anymore, and you can still see the pancake shape, but it also gives a bit more support as it is a small little embellishment that's hanging off there. If you've enjoyed watching along for today's video, I'd absolutely love your support. Hit the like and subscribe button. And also if you're interested in participating in Kendra's card challenges, I've got the link below where you can easily turn 6x6 inch pieces of pattern paper into 15 cards. Also, don't forget to fill in the Google form below if you want the chance to enter to win the giveaway hop today. And the winner will be announced on Kendra's YouTube channel, so make sure you're subscribed to her channel as well. And the deadline to participate in Kendra's Card Challenge 11 is September the 30th, so fast approaching. This is going to be the last month. Don't forget to go and visit the next person in the video hop lineup and see what card they have created for this video hop. Thank you so much for watching. Your support really does mean a lot, and I can't wait to see you next time.